Ladies and gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. So, I did a video a while back was talking about how the NFL was looking for a new sponsor for the Super Bowl halftime shows because they ended their partnership deal with Pepsi, and Pepsi had been sponsoring the NFL halftime Super Bowl shows for years. Well, now that question has been answered. Apple Music is the new sponsor for the Super Bowl halftime shows, starting with this year's Super Bowl and beyond. Now, some people may say it's a good thing. Some people may say I don't care. Some people may not like it. But first, let's get into the article and then I'm going to give you my details, how I feel about it. According to Deadline, it says NFL announces Apple Music as new Super Bowl halftime show sponsors replacing Pepsi. NFL has announced that Apple Music is the new sponsor of the Super Bowl halftime show. The streaming service from Apple will be taking over Pepsi, who recently sponsored the show headlining Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige. We are proud to welcome Apple Music to the NFL family as our new partner for the iconic Super Bowl halftime shows. Apple Music sponsorship will start with Super Bowl set for Sunday, February 12, 2023 in Glendale, Arizona. Over the coming months, fans can expect to see exclusive details and sneak peeks leading up to the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show. Show by following at Apple Music on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Music and sports hold a special place in our hearts, so we're very excited. Apple Music will be part of music and football's biggest stage. Over 120 million viewers watched the Super Bowl halftime show, and it was recently awarded 3 Creative Emmy Awards. Past Super Bowl halftime show performances included The Weeknd, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Beyonce, so on and so forth. So, what do we know? We know that the NFL ended its sponsorship deal with Pepsi for the Super Bowl halftime shows. Now, I'm going to give you my reasons why I feel that this deal that the NFL has with Apple is a better deal for both sides. Let me just break down why it's a better deal for the NFL. Now, we all know that the NFL is a really big, huge global empire. You know, football is all over the world. People love football. They have millions of fans, and people watch football all over. But now you have one of the biggest sports brands teaming up with one of the biggest technology brands. And you put those two together, the sky's the limit. So with the NFL teaming up with Apple, not saying that Pepsi wasn't a good uh, brand to work with. They did a lot of good things. Pepsi, that's great. But see, the NFL, they're looking to the future. And they know that technology is the way of the future. Technology is constantly changing. It's constantly coming out with new devices, new apps, new everything that people love, that people are going to be on, whether it's streaming, whether it's a new iPhone, whether it's an iPad, whatever it is, people are going to be on it. And the NFL knows that. So they're saying, hey, we're going to team up with Apple because by it being one of the biggest technology brands in the world, and we're giving them one of our biggest brands, which is the Super Bowl halftime show, then that's going to work out for us because that's going to help build our brand up. That's going to help us uh, be put in front of more people, and also will give us some access to Apple's technology to build the brand, the NFL, and expose it to a bigger audience. Not saying that they're not big now, but they're always looking to get bigger. They're always looking for new fans. All right. So now, why this works out for Apple? Like I said, Apple is one of the biggest technology brands in the world. Okay, and they have a lot of things that they got going on from like I said, the technology that they have, the devices that they have their streaming network, they have a lot of things going on. So what Apple is doing is that they're like the NFL. They're looking to bring in more consumers. They're looking to bring in more fans to purchase their products and become members of the Apple family to get those memberships. So they have the streaming service, they have movies, they have all these things going. So now with the Super Bowl halftime show, what this does, it puts another brick in the house for Apple to build their to expose their brand to another to another audience. I'm sorry, because we all know everybody has iPhones, everybody has iPads and everything. So a lot of us, I'll say some people don't, but majority of the people in the world today, if you got a phone or an iPad or something, pretty much is by Apple. All right. So now what this does is that, as the article said, leading up to the Super Bowl halftime show, it gives you can get behind the scenes, you can see what's going on, you can see who's going to be performing, what they're doing to get themselves prepared. And not only that, they said the Super Bowl won some Emmy Awards. So now that, and that's another great thing because now Apple, let's just say with the Super Bowl coming out, with the Super Bowl halftime show this year. And if I'm not mistaken, Rihanna's going to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. So now, if you got a person like Rihanna that's going to be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, let's just say she does a exclusive song for the Super Bowl, right? For the Super Bowl halftime show that is not available on any other streaming network. Now, if people want that song, you have to go to Apple to get that song. Or if she does a video exclusively for the Super Bowl with Apple, now people can say, hey, if you want to see the new Rihanna video, or if you want to get that song, then when you buy the new Apple iPhone this or the new Apple iPad or whatever, the first 100 people or the first 10,000 people that purchase the new Apple phone G85 will get get a free copy of Rihanna's new song that was at the Super Bowl, that was performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. So this is just me speaking hypothetically, you know, but this is why I said this works better for both brands than Pepsi. So not hating on Pepsi, not saying that Pepsi didn't do a good job, but this is a better deal because now when it comes to the NFL halftime show, and they're looking for which musical acts to perform or who to book, they don't have to worry about that now because Apple's going to take care of that. So let's just say you have a new up and coming artist, right? That has a hit record. Now with Apple being in charge of the halftime show, they can say, hey, okay, we're going to team you up with Jennifer Lopez, or we're going to team you up with Jay-Z, or we're going to team you up with this artist, and it creates exposure. It creates that exposure that for that artist to get known and well seen. And not only that, I'm pretty sure that podcasts, all these things. So it's a lot of different avenues and ways that they're going to work this deal. In my opinion, that they're going to work this deal. So this is why I said this is going to be a great, great partnership for many, many years. And it's going to benefit both brands to introduce them to two new different audience to two new different audiences. The football world going to get introduced to the tech world and vice versa. So expect to see a lot of great things and a lot of great music and just a lot of exciting things from this partnership. So you guys tell me how you feel about this. With the NFL has announced that Apple Music is going to be the new sponsor for the Super Bowl halftime shows for not just for this year, but years and years beyond. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Leave your comment, hit the subscribe and like button. And until then, stay tuned.